Hello, it's Alexander Binns, Director of Music at Derby Cathedral, checking in for my third vlog. Starting to get the hang of it now, and it's just great to be able to tell you a little something of what happens here in the Cathedral Music Department each week. Sorry it's a little late this week. I've been away at a conference in Leeds at the National School Singing Programme Conference, which has been absolutely fantastic. Really great to connect with colleagues who are doing similar work across the country, and some really stimulating speakers and sessions. In particular, Jenny Trattles from the ABRSM, who did a session on working with children and getting them to sing in harmony and then put it into practice with a group of children in the afternoon. And also great to talk to Matt Wright from Barnsley Youth Choir about how he's grown an amazing choir for young people in his area. But I was also given the opportunity to talk about our Music in Schools programme here in Derby and share how we've set that up with colleagues from across the country. So I got the opportunity to speak at a half-an-hour session alongside two colleagues from the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Liverpool about the work that they do there. So that's been absolutely brilliant, really good fun few days. And I'm back now here in Derby. I've just finished our girls' rehearsal on a Friday tea time. The lay Clarks are upstairs singing evensong as I speak. You might be able to hear a little bit of plainsong in the background. And it's full steam ahead up to Easter from now. Schools are starting to close for the Easter break, but it's all ramping up here. The next thing we've got is on Sunday morning, we've got our Palm Sunday service where we process down to the Bridge Chapel from the cathedral and meet our friends from St Mary's Church. And then we process up to St Mary's Church and then back to the cathedral. We sing a piece of music outside, and it's really difficult singing outside because there's no acoustic, particularly when you're a cathedral choir and you're used to singing in such a reverberant space. A couple of years ago, we rehearsed the piece that we sing outside, which is Hosanna to the Son of David by Wilkes. And it was also the Derby half marathon at the same time. So there were runners running past as we rehearsed, and Sweet Caroline was blaring out over the loudspeakers, mixed with a bit of Thomas Wilkes. We managed to keep going, and it was great for the crowds to experience a little bit of Wilkes as they ran past the cathedral. We're actually not singing Wilkes this Sunday morning, we're singing Pueri Ebriorum by Victoria, which is just a beautiful piece as well and perfect for Palm Sunday. And then in the evening, we're singing Stainer's Crucifixion, the Crucifixion by John Stainer, which is a work I've known all my life. Probably the most exotic piece of music that I sang when I was a child in my parish church choir in the north of England. I have to remind our choristers of that here and say how lucky they are when they're singing things like Handel's Messiah and Bach's St John Passion, which we do on alternate years. So last year was a Bach St John Passion year, this year's a Stainer year. Next year we'll be back with the Bach Passion. The other thing which I'm really excited about in the next few days is our very first choral Easter Vigil. And we've just been rehearsing two pieces that we're doing for that I'm very excited about. Firstly, the Longley Messe Solennelle with the Gloria, where the choir parts are fairly ordinary, and then the Grand Orgue comes in at the back of the cathedral and gives everybody a real fright. It comes blasting in, a very dramatic piece. I've done it in the past, I only played the organ for it, but really looking forward to doing that with the Cathedral Choir. And then we're also doing Martin Baker's setting of O Fili et Filiae, which I've heard lots of places doing recently. It's great to be able to hear recordings of it being done. So we're doing this in Derby for the first time. And again, a really dramatic setting, just perfect for our Easter Vigil. So I'll check in with you again next week during the busyness of Holy Week. I'll try and find a different location because I'm here again in the song school today and tell you a little bit more about what's happening in Holy Week. But if you're free on Sunday evening, 5:15, Derby Cathedral, the Crucifixion by John Stainer, be there or be square. It'd be great to welcome you. It's free to come. We ask for a donation. And all the donations that we get will go towards the supporting of chorister education here at Derby Cathedral. So it's a really worthy cause, ensuring that we give our young singers the very, very best opportunities that we can give them. Thanks for checking in again, and see you next week.